Looks like we're live. Alrighty then. Looks like I'm rowing the boat alone, and that's okay. Let me see. I'm at 157 TTI. Good morning, Darlene. I hope everything is going well. I've got Joro sending me messages in Discord. Darlene, I'm sure you know that I was going to be playing Lethal Company this morning. However, Big Dave is having problems with fire and around his house, and there's a lot of smoke, and so I decided to jump back and do something I knew I could do by myself. So here we are. Same old stuff. Let me see, where am I at? There's animal food. Pretty much the same here as I am in my last play. Okay, what to do. Yeah, I figured you were in the know. That makes me concerned for Dave. He wrote that note at 4:36 a.m., which would have been 5:36 a.m. for him. So that tells me they've been putting up with it all night long, and that whole smoke and fire situation don't sound good. Well, so we're going to soldier on and do the best that we can do for an hour and a half. The only bad thing that I can think of is I have an order of wood coming from Lowe's. I've got to repair a fence this weekend. And if they pull up and say they're delivering, unfortunately, the stream is going to stop abruptly. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday. So that's kind of where we're at. Circuit board 2 super alloys, so I can put 2 of those circuit boards back. No magnetar quartz. Fuses, circuit boards, titaniums. There it is. Just what I was looking for. Had to reboot my phone, couldn't get into YouTube. Well, that's not your fault, that's your phone's fault. Shaman, I don't know whether you heard it or not. I have a delivery of wood coming to repair a fence. And if it comes, I very well could be ending the stream early. It was supposed to be here yesterday. So. Oh, come on. I want it close, but I didn't want it that close. Well, I need to see where I can open another portal to. No, I didn't hear, but no worries. Yeah, I'm not terribly happy with Lowe's right at the moment. You know, it was all of you need purple, and I don't have any purple quartz. I'm multitasking myself, so it's all good. Yep. And that is a dump. Hello, Joro. Good morning, country lady. Do I need explosives? Yes, I do. Now, where's the explosives? Well, there's all that. And yes, I agree. Happy Friday. Food, wheat, cocoa, squash, explosive powder, and boom. Nope, no boom. Well, I'll just have to deal with it. I'm going through that portal if it's the last thing I do. And it could be. Hmm. Fly, 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 like a bird, far, far away. So glad it's Friday. It's been a long and extra sucky week. Now I'm going to shock all of you. I was actually doing some work this week, not for anybody. A friend of mine was wanting to run a certain program, and well, my best friend, and he was having a little bit of trouble with it. We tried to figure it out at his house while I was there, and I sat down and figured out how to make the program work that he was trying to get to work. So I've actually, honestly, quote unquote, worked this week. I'm going to take that just because. Country Lady, I don't know if you read Dave's latest note that was written at 4:36 this morning our time. There's fires near him and the smoke is bothering him. We might be planet craftering tomorrow all by ourselves. And how lovely. I need to go back and get a fusion cell because with there we go. That's not it. It would be up here. 3 pulsar quartz, an osmium, and an obsidian. There are 2 osmium. Just so everyone knows, the reason why I changed what game I was playing, because Big Dave couldn't play, was I just didn't feel like that I could do Lethal Company justice as a solo. That's for, up to 4 players, and I just felt like it would be better with people. And so here we are, flogging a dead horse, but that's all right. Did that open that door? Yes, it did. Yay! Oh my. I don't know that we need any more of those seeds, but now we can go and explore this place since it has a battery in it and all the lights and the doors are open. And nothing back that way, so we'll go this way. Don't want any of that. No worries, I'm here for the gang. I could read the phone book or bake cookies. I'd still be here. Yes. Yes. Well, I just wanted folks to know why there was a change. Now, just so you know, offline, Dave and I played an hour of Lethal Company, and we couldn't figure out how to get back to the base to sell anything. And did we promptly get fired? Yes, we did. And we we had a pretty good laugh with it. Okay, I don't have a key, but there's one around here, I'm sure. Nice break room. Well, okay. There's got to be a key here somewhere. And this is going back toward the exit. And that's a shelf embedded in a crate. And I got everything out of that. And yeah, that's nothing but to the outside. Whoa. Good morning, James. Oh, I can say that I'm thankful it's Friday. I wish my order for lumber from Lowe's had gotten here yesterday like it was supposed to. I was supposed to go see my daughter today, but that is not going to happen. Um, we had some very bad storms last week, and I've got a piece of fence that's about to fall. So I'm trying to get it taken care of this weekend. But I will be here tomorrow. We will be back doing Planet Crafted the Moons, Planet Humble going for the Moons update. That's what I'm looking for because I know how to get. I'm probably going to be working a little too hard this weekend, but that's actually all right. I can't argue. I have to say that I'm actually pretty thankful that I still have enough back and a reasonable amount of ability to get out and do it. Hmm. Well, James, not only that, there is some games that we've played that have been from Epic Games. We sometimes play Lego Fortnite, and the only place to get that is from Epic Games. Steam is good, but it's not the do-all be-all. But, they're about the same for the most part. Steam is all we play games on currently. We have an Xbox that never gets turned on. Yeah, I was never an Xbox fan. I'm not sure why. Well, I didn't have one for one, but my son was into PlayStations, and when his PlayStation 3 had problems, he said, "I'm buying a new one. Do you want the old one?" And I said, "Yes." And so um, he sent it to me. I had to get it repaired, but I still have it. And it's been good far as I can tell. It's not Steam in particular. Linux stuff they're doing is better than Windows 4 performance. James, I'm running Windows 10 or Windows 11, depending upon which computer I'm on. However, I'm a retired IT network firewall guy and have worked help desk, and I'm familiar with all of it, Macintosh and Linux and whatever. I was considering going to an all Linux situation because, as far as Steam is concerned, Steam does have an app for Linux, and it does work. I've used it. Works pretty good, as a matter of fact. Xbox 360 is a birthday gift. I never had Xbox, like I said, at all. I have no form of reference with it. Excuse me. James, that leads me to this question. What version of Linux are you running? Heck yeah, I need that. All right. That's that. Now, I need to go back over here since I have a key. Go into the other ship. I have to say, I'm not happy with Microsoft right at the moment because they've turned their operating system into a marketing platform. And the whole Copilot and there's something else, I can't remember the name of it. It'll basically take pictures of what you're doing every 5 minutes or so. I quite frankly don't need them snooping on me. Uh, and yes, they probably know more about me than I wish they did, but. And that's my reason for considering changing. And yeah, the Windows 11 stuff is not. I could think of better things I could be doing with my time. Um, Now, I do have Windows 11 installed a few places, and I was giving it a fair shake, uh, but it's there are things going on that they don't need to know, and I'm not excited about AI in any way, shape, or form. I don't need it in my life. Okay. I was spoiled by them with my roommate's 55-inch TV. Yeah, we have a 55-inch in our living room and a 60-inch in our bedroom. However, you guys will probably find this funny or a little crazy. Uh, I game. One is a 32-inch monitor, the other one is a 32-inch TV. Then I have a smaller monitor that I put, other things on. Yes, James, I have to admit, you know, in a corporate situation, that's different. I worked in the enterprise, and I get that you do different things because I don't know if you're in the U.S. or not. In the U.S., whatever you do is, you know, your employer has a right to know what you're doing during company time, and if they want to look at what you're doing on your PC, they have the right. The end. Uh, and yeah, but otherwise it's not needed. You're 100%. I'll give you that. Let's see. Do I want to go? We have our PC hooked to our 70-inch TV in the living room. That's what I game on. Excellent. I, at one point in time, as a hobby, worked on TVs. Why? Just because I did. And it helps with my aging eyesight. That's why I have 32-inch monitors here in front of me. When they get a little smaller than that, it doesn't do me any good, that's for sure. Let's sort all this and see. I want that solar quartz. I don't know that I need that light box. I for darn sure don't need any of this iron. And I do not need any more rocket engines or that smart fabric. But I do want that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not crazy about Microsoft for the moment. Did you see the latest about news about this game? Good morning, Crystal. Uh, I I saw it, but I didn't look at it heavily about where they were talking about going with this game. Um, I should have paid more attention to it, but I didn't. Crystal, tell Noodles we said hello. And save my coins for the monitor in the future. I suppose someday 4K 300 hertz will be common. Yeah. Um, I will. My internet isn't the greatest thing in the world, and I restrict myself to 1080. Uh, and I remember when I think that my streams come out in 720 unless you set it to 1080, but what I put out is 1080. I believe I'm going to take that just because. All right, now I need to go back toward the house. But I've just got to find it. Nope, that's not it. And why I'm going on up here when I have no room, I do not know. Well, I keep finding all these places that I could go. And you've put yourself right in front of the door. That's lovely. All right. I've been down that way. No, I don't want to go back in there. Basically, they're working on a new DLC that will be a new planet. I'm glad they are continuing to update and move forward this game. Playing some stuff called esports like Rocket League. It can go very high frame rate. I don't think super high resolution streaming services are a near future thing for a variety of reasons. Yeah, the things I play are pretty mellow. I typically don't play things that attack me. Um, you know, I have some physical issues that I don't have the reflexes to deal with it. Which is why I play simplistic games like this. Part of the fun of doing this is talking to the people in chat, or at least it is for me. It's the humanity of it, uh, and the human touch. more than anything. Or that's what I enjoy about it. Basically, drinking coffee and shooting the bull. I'm going to take those with me, and I'm dumping all of this because I'm not going back down there. I'm going to have to make a flare box. Miss Zumba, good morning. What it is the portal is what is called a procedural rec, and you can go in that procedural rec to find new things. And you usually open a procedural rec up with different amounts of quartz. And this is not the same game that I was playing on Monday. This is, and I have many, many save games in this game. So, yeah, one time Dreas saw my save games in this game, and he said, "Gosh, that's a lot of save games." Yeah, it really was. I think that, oh, I have one spot that I can put that effigy. Excellent. That's 3 full display cases. Woohoo! And now I'm going to go over here and see small table, customized sofa, pool table, solar quartz, light box. So it's the opposite. You are salvaging the wreck and bringing back resources to your main plant. Absolutely. T2 map information rocket. And then no more. Oh, I had a fusion cell and made one. Okie doke. What do I still have on me? Fuse and a blueprint. I know I got a blueprint. What do I have that set to? Then the fabric. And I have to say, excuse me, it's been a while since I played this one. A couple of weeks, and I am hunting to try and find where everything is at. Animal things, eggplant, bioplastic fertilizer. If that's not doing anything, it's going to be the blueprint locker. Yes, it is just me playing it today. I'm going at it alone. There is a code up in my Discord if anybody else wanted to play, but uh, Dave was having problems with fires. I would have never imagined I would get into gaming at all, let alone gaming live on stream. I have to say I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy the gameplay. But mostly I enjoy chatting with all of you guys. Yes, that's extreme amounts of fun to me. Uh, there's keys, there's flares, there's a fuse. Okay, that's what I need to go back to do. But I think I am going to make the pool table because I have a hole downstairs that is not doing a thing. 2 aluminums and a smart fabric. Yeah, country lady, I have to say, if it hadn't been from watching Amp and Andreas, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, they are why I am here. Well, foot. Not that it'll let you play pool, but it'll tease you about it. That could be better. Come on. Excuse me. Where to put those? Where? Community and friendships are what a permanent draw is for me. A lot of channels don't build that well, and I usually don't stick with those. Yeah. Oh, there we go. A game for your game. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, oh, come on. me see. Where are fuses and keys? The keys I find there. There. I have been kind of socially awkward, so this has brought me out of my shell a bit. Well, they could add a pool game and a lot of open world games. Or darts or horseshoes or whatever, yeah. I have to say, if you haven't seen the game Blueprints, um, they have a billiard room, but it's not not. It's a billiard room, but it has a dartboard in it. But that dartboard is a math problem, and you have to figure out how they want to work the math problems. It's very interesting implementation of it. I was quite surprised. I get the feeling that this game does not have any genetic traits in it yet. I wonder if I put that in there. Okay. James, for as much as I get where you're coming from, Blueprints was actually, to me, I played the demo. And I do have a few, maybe a couple of videos up of it. Um, and I'll admit to anybody, I'm not good at puzzles, but that game intrigued me. There's a lot of replayability in that game because no two games are exactly alike, and you kind of have to. It'll make you think outside of the box because there that game is deep, extremely deep. There's more to it than you know what you think on the surface. Why is there a butterfly there? And then he flies away. Biased against Mist because I got completely stuck and the old computer took forever just to get stuck. Yeah, I understand that. I remember when Mist first came out a long time ago, and supposedly they're remaking it or have remade it. I don't know. Genetics. Why is it I get the feeling there's genetics around here somewhere? Animal things, bacteria samples, phytoplankton. Dave, if you're watching this, You'll probably want to change it when you see what I've done. Oh, yeah, Myst was a big game when it first came out, and I think 386s were the computer of the day. Uh, Myst would slow down a 386 like nothing I'd ever seen before. I never played that game. I had friends that had it, and I knew people had problems running it, and it just looked like something more complicated that I wanted to get involved in. And the Myst that James is talking about is not the Myst Survival we've seen people play. Maybe it was a demo version. I don't remember, but I do remember feeling like those hours were wasted. Yes, absolutely. That was a tough game. That was tough on computers. From what I know, it was extremely complicated. Um, all right, let me think. Have I been up here and blown this up? Oh, my little dog is up. Yes, I have. That means my wife must be up. Because if the little dog's out roaming around, he's developed a huge affinity for the big bed, and he don't like getting up if he don't have to. I'll tell him you said hi, Shaman. Looks like we've been here. Just because of the fact that there was no... All right, well, in that case, I'm going to fly down to... I wish you guys could see him on camera. He's a hoot. A good dog, though. As you all know, I have a bad back, and we've taught Taz to jump up in the recliner to get a leash put on him because that keeps me from having to bend over, and he's usually pretty good about it. Apparently it had enough haters that it inspired a game called Pistol, which I never played either, but I find that its existence funny. Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, if you've inflamed the whole gaming community enough that somebody makes a parody game. Somebody's been over here, possibly me, and now it's going to rain. Oh, no, that's not where I'm wanting to go. Okay, I've definitely been here. I'll be perfectly honest, I know nothing about it. I haven't played a Nintendo uh, ever. My son had Nintendos when he was young, but as far as me, I never picked them up. I was never a console gamer. I started gaming on the PC and was, I was playing the original Doom and Quake 1 and things like that. And so console gaming never entered my mind. Which leads me to ask, James, I have to ask how old you are, and if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. Because most of us in here are probably 40 or above. And this is underwater, and I don't have a fusion cell, but I can get one. Ah, okay, you fit right in then. I guess I could really change the name of the channel to Old Farts Gaming, but from what I know, Nintendo is quick to sue people that they think are infringing upon their intellectual property rights. Okay, I don't really want to stop here, but I don't have a choice. My headset's about to run out of battery. Something like that. Some doesn't have the same ring to it. Thank you, Shaman. And I have to say, gaming for game's sake, if I don't get anything done but running my jaws and talking, you know, I will have accomplished what I had set out to accomplish. As opposed to the other one. Yeah. All right. Where do we get to make said solar quartz at? Oh, gosh, look. Apple spreader rockets. Genetic extractor. Frog eggs. Tier 4 jetpack. Welcome back, country lady. Okay. Did they add more gold effigies last update? I don't remember there being so many. At one point in time, I thought there was 18. But I've been following this game since 0.4, and I can't remember. I know you needed more than one display case, but these animal ones here look newish to me. All right. Let's not die on camera, even though I've watched Joro do it a time or two. I want to know where to make solar quartz at. I have the blueprint for it. Must not have been paying attention. I didn't even think there were 18. Shaman, you're not the only one. And I typically don't pick them up, but I've got, roughly 25 or 30 minutes to burn. So let's go over here. There is a poison biome over here, I think inside of this, very green. Or I just lost another brain cell. You know, we are classics. The losing of brain cells is a possibility. I'm not going to say we're old, but I could, but Shaman, think of all the things we did when we were kids that made us lose brain cells. I mean, you know, that we lived this long is an ever-loving miracle. Vintage. Ah, I'm sorry. I forgot. Vintage. Okay, I'll do my best to remember that. Shaman is vintage. Yeah, here's what I'm looking for. That is not a crate, but it sure did look like one. It's a miracle we all made it to adults, considering the crazy stuff we did on the farm. Yep. Well, I didn't grow up on the farm, but I get what you're saying. Hold it. There's a gold chest back there. Oh. It didn't like something I did. And that is a light that is doing nothing and will not let me deconstruct it. I hope this is going back out the same way from whence I came. To tell the truth, at least with all the artificial food colors, preservatives we ingested, we can maintain the vintage look for another 30 or 40 years. Yeah. Okay, I'm not where I thought I was, but I will be here in a bit. Are you trying to say you're preserved well? Well, and this was Big Dave's base, so see if that'll give me anything that I don't have, and I don't think it will. And I glow in the dark, so it saves electricity. Not the old glow in the dark thing. Dave, what were you doing over here? I've got to go AFK for a second. The dog is about to kill something. Okay, I am back, and yes, the wood has perhaps arrived, which means I am getting off of here, and the stream is ending early, I hate to say. Because, yeah, I've got to get started getting this stuff painted with Thompson's water seal and do whatever. All right, folks, hate to cut it short, but I've got to. And I will be back tomorrow doing the moon's update. Planet Humble to the moon's update. All right, you folks have a good one.